My dearly loved child, you may have peace of mind knowing that the shades of darkness are no longer casting a shadow over your journey. You should let go of the lingering fears that keep you attentive, continuously listening for the distant rumbling of chariots or the arriving of the messenger. You should be aware of the fact that the past may be able to bring you back. I understand how memories may keep you prisoner and how reminders of previous risks can lead you to feel frightened. However, you should be conscious of the fact that the past may bring you back. The period that you have been being chased has come to an end, and a new chapter is about to begin in front of you. You may be asking why I am inviting you to come to me because of this. This is a period for growth, transformation, and submission to authority. The reason I want you to develop such discipline is because I want you to cultivate a strong devotion that will bring a plentiful harvest into your life, therefore presenting you with balance and fullness. I want for you to be set free. I want for you to be liberated. I want you to break free from the chains of fear and to stop allowing yourself to be swayed by the whims and perspectives of other people. I would rather have you listen to my voice and allow my words to become your own. I want you to tune your ears to my voice. Lead you through this discipline. I am training you to walk in harmony with my spirit, to live in a way that resonates with my heart. But what does it mean to walk with me in spirit? I am teaching you to guide you through this discipline. What it indicates is that you are paying attention to me. In other words, it involves elevating your thoughts to more elevated levels and maintaining them there. To go down this route, you will need to behave with a certain goal in mind, avoiding activities that are driven by avarice, lust, and fleeting pleasures as much as possible. Through the choices and acts that you have taken during this season, I am able to see you not just on the surface, but also in the depths of your heart. I am able to see you in both of these places. You should approach each day with a sense of purpose and thoughtfulness. I'm aware of who you actually are, and I have chosen you for a position. It is conceivable that other people have failed to see your genuine worth, evaluated you based on your outward appearance, or overlooked you. However, I am aware of who you are. It is my intention to provide you with support in the shape of opportunities and situations that will lead to the opening of new doors. I am now contributing to a mission that is not just extraordinary, but also one of a kind, and that mission begins right now. Component placement, but you must be prepared to go through them in order to get them. People make actual development when they go outside of their comfort zones. Thus, it is important to be bold enough to embrace these opportunities and move out of your familiar pastures. In the same way that a tree grows more resilient as it endures the destructive effects of storms, your soul will become more resilient as you persevere through the difficulties that life presents to you. It is important to keep in mind that this operation, despite the fact that it could seem to be painful, is building. It is time for you to put these words into action. You are no longer conforming to the societal norms that have been established. You are not going to ignore them. Rather, you are going to allow them to ingrain themselves into your heart and then act on them. I want you to grow and go beyond the basics of what makes you successful. I would want for you to acknowledge more deep facts and to assume responsibility for your own growth. Take into consideration that you are a child who is in the process of transitioning from drinking milk to eating solid meals. It is time for you to accept that you are a champion, and it is also time for you to realize that you will attain the destiny that I have established for you. Into the more abundant nourishment of wisdom and understanding, you are a champion. Because I have set before you, just like Joseph, that you will come in your own chariot, and others will witness the fruits of your loyalty and commitment. I am using you as an example. I have presented this to you because I have placed it before you. In the event that you are someone who is willing to take on the responsibilities that come along with this path, and who is willing to completely surrender, stating that it is not my will but yours that be done, you could have had a difficult time identifying the direction in which I am steering you. On the other hand, now that your vision is becoming more clear, I am providing you with the ability to see what was previously hidden and to hear what was before audible. I am gifting you this capacity. You may be asking, however, how I am able to do this. What are some ways that you may guide me while I am walking with you in spirit? It is of the utmost importance that I comprehend this subject matter, since it is of great significance here. While it is easy to speak about being led by my spirit, it is far more challenging to really be led by it if I am unaware of it. Permit me to explain that there are instances when you need to behave in line with what you know to be right, even if your emotions push you in a different way. The words are useless, so allow me to clarify that. It is possible that feelings are deceptive in this regard. I am here to bring you the truth and to lift your mind into freedom. I want to cultivate patience within you so that you may become strong and genuinely connected with me. Together we can do this. I am here to deliver you the truth. At the same time that you are defeating every obstacle that stands in your way, you are also breaking free from reliance and the misery that is caused by those who have negative impacts. Prepare yourself for this period of intense training and preparation that is coming up. There is no need for you to be scared of advancement. Rather, you ought to welcome it with all of your heart. Take into consideration that you are responding to the trumpet call in the same way as Joshua did at Jericho's gates. Because I am inside you, I am guiding you. Before you even realize that you need to take these steps, I will reveal what is about to happen and what actions you need take. I will do this by whispering insights and information your way. I'm communicating these things to you at this time so that you will remember them and be ready for them when they occur in the future. I have trust that this will strengthen you to continue pushing forward even when the path ahead is challenging. Due to the fact that it will be comparable to going through a procedure, I need that you persevere through the difficulties. The cleaning process may at times be difficult, but in the end, the pressures that you feel are washing away the old and making place for the new. It is likely that the cleaning process may be difficult at times. Your body will be purified and strengthened by the words that I speak to you. It is important to keep in mind that this transformation will not be brought about just by your own power, but rather by the activity of my soul inside you. Please be open to receiving my message. I am here with you. Closer than you could possibly imagine, I live within you. I talk to you. I breathe with you. We are united in purpose and in love. So pay close attention as I speak to you. I am here to offer you with guidance. I am here with you. When it comes to walking with me, I show you how to let go of burdens one at a time, even moment by moment if it is necessary. This is so that you may walk effectively with me. Despite the fact that I am aware that overcoming some obstacles is not always a process that occurs instantly, I am here to assist you in the event that you have certain failures. Considering that this is not something that is often taught, it is possible that you have been encouraged to just keep trying. Whenever you make the decision to get back up and try again, you should not allow yourself to get disappointed. Currently, you are making headway. That you are no longer a child on this journey of faith is something that I have educated you about. I have already informed you that you are not permitted to mature or improve without first being aware of the fact that growth is a process that takes place over time. Nevertheless, I assure you that it is beneficial to carry out the process in stages. It is possible for me to see the end result from the beginning, and you are progressing. Be conscious of the fact that you has potential inside you, regardless of where you are on your journey. There is a possibility that you are making tiny steps, or that you are making leaps and bounds. The challenges you are facing are shaping you into the person you are today, yet you are growing as a result of each experience. Whenever you are confronted with a challenge, your one-of-a-kind skills and interests are prepared to be fully unveiled to the world. Regardless of how little the information may seem to be, everything that you are learning is preparing you for what is ahead. Even if you are unable to see it right now, you are changing in ways that will be advantageous to your future self. Your path is one of a kind, and even if you are unable to see it right now, you are evolving. You are really getting the hang of this path, and the journey that I am guiding you on is perfectly in line with the goals that your heart has set for itself. Acknowledge the fact that such desires are there for a specific purpose, and then go to the next phase by admitting them. To enter them with self-assurance and to allow calm to act as your guide, for I am providing all that you need. Those adversaries who had been pursuing you in the past are no longer a threat to you, since I have made sure that you have all that you need. It is no longer possible for them to prevent you from achieving your goals, since they have been defeated by you. Now that I have liberated you, you need to make the most of that liberty. I will be directing you into new territories, and there will be challenges for you to overcome along the way. Despite the fact that it is likely that the journey will not always be simple, you should prepare yourself and bear in mind that you are not the only one going through this. Since you are the one responsible for the journey, you should embrace it and make it as joyful and stimulating as possible. Do not let your troubles to overwhelm you, because it is a tremendous joy for me to share my kingdom with you. If you are walking with the King, remember that I am walking with you. In comparison to the higher truths and purposes that I have for you, which you share in my kingdom, the ways of this world will become less significant in the future. In the same way that I do, you have the same thoughts and goals that I have. You want to accomplish the same things that I do. Your motives are the same as mine. Embrace this change over the course of this whole season. Yes, I am. I am elevating you, and with this elevation comes a greater responsibility to love others as I have loved you, to forgive as I have forgiven you, and to give abundantly as I have given. I am rising you. You must be willing to adjust your conduct in order to bring about the change you want in the situation. Please keep in mind that those individuals who reside in the domain of the greatest will that is concealed from view are the ones who are most likely to undergo transformation. You have said that you are my rock and my redeemer, and that you are the one who would offer me with stability and security when I am under the protection of the Almighty. I am delivering you today because you are acquainted with me and have a strong love for me. I am delivering you because of these two factors. At this point in your journey, you are farther along than you could ever imagine, and you are moving closer and closer to your final goal. A bigger number of objectives than you now see. Do not allow fleeting emotions to direct your decisions, and let these words to resound inside you. I am attempting something new in the future. Regardless of whether you are experiencing feelings of confusion, dread, or uncertainty, you should not limit me with preconceived notions, since it is your life. In spite of this, go on, just as countless others who came before you have followed. It is possible for trust to emerge even in situations when there is nothing tangible to hold. I vow that you will not falter in the purpose that I have planned for you, even when the threats seem to be overpowering. You will blossom in the purpose that I have intended for you. I need you to have incredible faith and to be brave. I have a great investment in you. I love you beyond all measure. I am who I say I am, and I will fulfill my promises to you. I will fulfill my promises to you. I will fulfill my promises to you. I will come through for you. I am able to handle what you are unable to handle, and the results that I create will leave you in a state of awe on several occasions. In spite of the fact that you are exactly where you should be, I need you to take action wherever you are able to. My duty is to deal with the things that you are unable to tolerate handling. I urge you to take action that is founded on the truth, to have trust in the process, to be steadfast in your commitment to my word, and to immerse yourself in my teachings, since they are the foundation upon which everything else is built. In spite of the fact that they have been present from the beginning, my words continue to be alive and dynamic. As a result of the fact that you live, move, and have your being in me, they are a component of you, and everything is accomplished via me. I am the source of all that is the essence of magnificence and majesty. Therefore, create room in your heart for daring, take risks, and allow yourself to be guided by my spirit. I am the genesis of everything that is generated and sustained. In the event that you give yourself permission to be guided by the soft utterances of my voice that emanate from inside you, you will be able to fulfill the purpose for which you were created. Together, we shall travel the path that is in front of you from this point on. Remind yourself that I am. Let go of the past and step into the newness that I have in store for you. Believe in me with all of your heart and let go of the past. Throughout the whole of this journey, I will be at your side, guiding, supporting, and loving you without any conditions attached. There is no need for you to depend on your own intelligence in any of your endeavors. If you recognize me, I will make sure that your path is correct. The journey that lies ahead is brimming with promise and optimism. I will happily embrace it, secure in the knowledge that I will make it through without any problems. I want you to know that I am by your side, that you are my most prized child, that I take great delight in you, that the plans I have for you are full of hope and a future, and that you should not be scared of the unknown, since I am the one who created all that you are. It is wonderful that you are able to proceed with confidence, since I have supplied you with all that you need. It is important to bear in mind that even though the route may be riddled with challenges, each step you take is at least one stride in the correct direction. Keep these words close to your heart. Think about them throughout the day and night, and allow them to serve as a source of strength and encouragement. They will bring you closer to the fulfillment of your destiny. As I speak, I am releasing my spirit. In times of need, I am always there to provide support. Thus, I encourage you, my child, to stand up and acknowledge the reality that you are not alone. It is my intention to instill you with wisdom, understanding, and fearlessness. This is the calling that I have placed upon your life, and the whole world is waiting for you to answer it properly. Let your light shine before others, so that they may have the opportunity to observe the excellent actions you have done and worship your Heavenly Father. I love you with an everlasting love, and there is nothing that can separate you from my love, not fear, not doubt, and not anything else. I want you to step into your mission with bravery and conviction because of the abilities that I have placed within you. Regardless of the challenges that you may face, I want you to find solace in this fact and allow it to provide you with the fortitude to go on, my dearly loved child. You are going to find out, down inside the depths of your yearning. It is important to keep this in mind, especially when you are surrounded by darkness. My love for you is more profound than the depths of the ocean, and my strength is waiting to lift you up. The rivers that are filled with life that you yearn for, rescuing you from the depths of despair in order to infuse your life with meaning and joy, to restore the strength and worth that you fear you have lost, and to convey to you how much you are valued and protected. That you are, that you have always been, that you are now, and that you will be forevermore as you find calm in my presence. The waves of concern that threaten to drown you are a part of you. That you are, has always been, that you are now, and that you will be forevermore. I promise that I will turn every challenge that life throws at you into an opportunity for growth and development. You will feel relieved in your heart, and you should not allow concern to obscure your vision or despair to weigh you down or discourage you. I will communicate with your heart and provide you with the insight that you need about your difficulties, which are currently on their way to being answered. I will use every challenge to my advantage and emerge victorious. To me, and you will find that I am paying attention to you, that you are searching for me with a burning desire, and that you are holding my words close to your heart while the number of commitments increases. My certainty will give you the strength to endure, and you will win over all problems, because it is my will, it is my authority, and I wield all power by my word. And despite the fact that solutions seem to be scarce, my assurance will equip you with the strength to survive. Reassure yourself that you have faith in me and that I will not let you down in any way. Miracles are going to happen to you. Put this truth to rest in the depths of your being. Putting your trust in me is the most effective method for making progress going forward. Will persevere with all of my might. When you feel your spirit getting tired, call out to me, and I will give you the strength that I have. You are going to triumph over your circumstances, and those who are working against you will acknowledge the favor that I have bestowed upon your life. I am your supplier and your healer. Do not accept anything less than what I have in store for you. I am looking out for your best interests. I will set aside a place for you among my people, and I will provide you with a nation that is lovely to live in. Those who have caused you pain will eventually come to regret their actions, since it was a significant error on their part to take a stance against someone whom I hold in high esteem. I will assist you in overcoming the obstacles that are in your path. Your safety is my primary priority, and I will never stop keeping a watchful eye on you, detaching yourself from your path and dispersing those who are hostile to you, making the most of the conditions you are in at the present, not lingering on what has been lost or spending energy on those who have neglected you, and letting go of your connection to when you are in my company, you will find that your life is more fulfilling than you could have ever imagined it could be. I brought you into existence for a certain purpose, and that reason is to guide you to a place where you may experience real happiness. To the best of my knowledge, no one who has ever lived before you has ever shown as much concern or affection for you as I do. It is my sincere desire that you will experience the profound love and contentment that I get from the divine. Do not turn around and look back. Protection. I am not interested in receiving tangible things. Rather, I want you to let your trust to transform you as you take possession of the gift of genuine. The more experience you have, the more likely it is that you will begin to share your blessings with other people. It is recommended that you start with the people who are closest to you, such as your family, and teach them about love, forgiveness, and compassion. Should you choose to proceed in this manner, I will be by your side throughout each and every stage of the process, removing any obstacles that may be in your path. Please refrain from crying for those who have died away. Please, redemption, show them how to discover the power that they need in me. If you stop searching for praise from those whose words are useless, I will pour a spirit of love into you. You have been misled. You were not intended to be a slave to your emotions, and you should quit looking for praise from those people. Be certain that I will be at your side, and that I will silence those who speak when you are confronted with old wounds or faces that you are acquainted with. A combination of self-control, fearlessness, and honesty. In opposition to you, and put an end to mockery. Even though you may walk through fire, you will not be devoured by it. And even if flames burn around you, they will not touch you, because I am your protector. I will strengthen you and assist you. I will sustain you with my righteous hand, all those who are angry with you. Do not be overwhelmed by fear, for I will help you. I hold you in high esteem and reverence, God. Since you are your Savior, and you are significant to me, you will be embarrassed and disgraced, and any who fight you will be reduced to nothingness and will perish. You will be humiliated and disgraced. There is a possibility that you will seek for your adversaries, but you will not find them. Those who wage war against you will be as nothing as a result of the fact that I am holding your right hand and telling you, do not be afraid. I will help you from this moment forward. I will make you victorious and deliver you from every danger. The lessons that I impart are like fire. They devour all that they come into touch with, They are like a hammer and chisel, smashing and breaking everything that they come into contact with. Please, my adversary, put my words into action, and therefore it is of the utmost importance that you do not ignore them, since they will guarantee your protection. Because my words are both your armor and your weapon in the struggle that you are now experiencing, you must not allow yourself to get dejected. Who else is in your company? He who is the highest God. You are the mighty one, the King of kings, and you are adorned in magnificence and grandeur. You are also armed with the capacity to prevail over. Give these words the power to strengthen your faith, which is beginning to waver, and to reignite your passion. In order to attain success, it is imperative that you pay careful attention and internalize these words. It is impossible for any habit, vice, or sin, regardless of how powerful it may be, to resist your determination to break free from it. The adversary does not possess any influence over you, in spite of the fact that darkness may be all around you. The only thing it can do is make you feel afraid. Fear is the one thing that is preventing you from moving forward, and fear is the only obstacle that you face. Yes, you have to believe this. In no way, shape, or form can you be harmed by any kind of magic, spell, or curse. I release you from all the trouble that threatened to steal your serenity today. Your shackles are destroyed. You have the potential to do great things. You are freed from all of the turmoil that is preventing you from reaching your greatest potential. I release you. Be courageous and powerful. Please take my hand and let us to go forward together into a future that is full with favor and blessings. The load that drew you down, the overwhelming emotions, and the haunting memories that they cease here. I bring you the news of revival and recreation victory, my dearly loved one. I offer you my best wishes. There is a transformation taking place in the globe, and my hope for you is also evolving. At this very time, there is a tremendous opportunity. In opposition to you and put an end to mockery, even though you may walk through fire, you will not be devoured by it. And even if flames burn around you, they will not touch you because I am your protector. I will strengthen you and assist you. I will sustain you with my righteous hand, all those who are angry with you. Do not be overwhelmed by fear, for I will help you. I hold you in high esteem and reverence, God, since you are your Savior and you are significant to me. You will be embarrassed and disgraced, and any who fight you will be reduced to nothingness and will perish. You will be humiliated and disgraced. There is a possibility that you will seek for your adversaries, but you will not find them. Those who wage war against you will be as nothing as a result of the fact that I am holding your right hand and telling you, do not be afraid. I will help you from this moment forward. I will make you victorious and deliver you from every danger. The lessons that I impart are like fire. They devour all that they come into touch with. They are like a hammer and chisel, smashing and breaking everything that they come into contact with. Please, my adversary, put my words into action, and therefore it is of the utmost importance that you do not ignore them, since they will guarantee your protection. Because my words are both your armor and your weapon in the struggle that you are now experiencing, you must not allow yourself to get dejected. Who else is in your company? He who is the highest God. You are the mighty one, the King of kings, and you are adorned in magnificence and grandeur. You are also armed with the capacity to prevail over. Give these words the power to strengthen your faith, which is beginning to waver, and to reignite your passion. In order to attain success, it is imperative that you pay careful attention and internalize these words. It is impossible for any habit, vice, or sin, regardless of how powerful it may be, to resist your determination to break free from it. The adversary does not possess any influence over you. In spite of the fact that darkness may be all around you, the only thing it can do is make you feel afraid. Fear is the one thing that is preventing you from moving forward, and fear is the only obstacle that you face. Yes, you have to believe this. In no way, shape, or form can you be harmed by any kind of magic, spell, or curse. I release you from all the trouble that threatened to steal your serenity today. Your shackles are destroyed. You have the potential to do great things. You are freed from all of the turmoil that is preventing you from reaching your greatest potential. I release you. Be courageous and powerful. Please take my hand and let us to go forward together into a future that is full with favor and blessings. The load that drew you down, the overwhelming emotions, and the haunting memories that they cease here. I bring you the news of revival and recreation, victory, my dearly loved one. I offer you my best wishes. There is a transformation taking place in the globe, and my hope for you is also evolving. At this very time, there is a tremendous opportunity, a transition that will take place when we relocate the places where you live and the responsibilities that you carry out. I have chosen leaders in every nation, since there is no authority that exists without my agreement, and those who are proud will be humbled as a result of this. Not only am I immortal, but I am also the one who is able to see into the brains of all individuals and make correct judgments. For the sake of justice, I will break down empires that were established on pride and eradicate ways of doing things that are no longer relevant. I get the sensation that I'm causing fundamental changes to the foundations upon which civilizations are constructed. These are only the beginning of the upheaval and bloodshed that has happened between nations, as well as the shaking of institutions. These events have only just the beginning. My kingdom will arrive in its totality, bringing with it order and discipline, and there will be hints of a greater glory that is yet to come. I am not scared of these developments because I will bring about justice on a scale that has never been seen before. I am the source of your existence, despite the fact that the current state of the planet is one of complete and utter chaos. On a consistent basis, I am your rock of safety. Your safety is assured, and you will flourish in my presence like a plant that has been nourished with plenty of water. Your heart was full with tranquility, and your soul was a source of nourishment for your faith. While some may stumble in the darkness, my spirit will illuminate your path and lead you to a greater level of consciousness. There is no shaking me. You have been put through a series of tests and difficulties in order to attain greater authority, and you have eventually emerged as a dedicated representative of the organization. You have reached a point where you are prepared to go ahead as a servant of my purpose during these times of transformation. To mark yourself for development in this period of ambiguity and uncertainty, you should advance your honest commitment and pure intentions. This will help you mark yourself for growth. The conditions are always shifting, and I will guide you through them while assigning you responsibilities that are pertinent to you. The alleviation of pain via acts of compassion and understanding is something that I would want to urge you to participate in with me. In this attempt, individuals who have a humble demeanor and a kind heart to work together in order to provide support to others who are in need of it and who are broken. You have shown your commitment to these objectives by conducting yourself in a way that is fully selfless and kind, will result in big connections being made with other individuals, and will bring about significant modifications to your life. Members of the community, it is time for those individuals who have not wavered in their determination to usher in a new age of prior to this point. Values such as compassion, justice, and integrity were not taken into consideration. Now, these values are now included into understanding and cooperation. These ideas, which were considered to be unimportant for a considerable amount of time, are now considered to be essential for bringing about positive change in a variety of facets of life. As the change you want to see in the world, values have evolved into instruments that are not only very useful, but also extremely important. An exemplary example of faithfulness that the whole world need to remember is Joseph, who was sold into slavery. Even though he was wrongfully imprisoned, he was placed in a position of leadership. which enabled him to save the lives of millions of people via his quick thinking and compassion. Both Esther, who fearlessly and courageously stood before the king, and Faith, who placed her own life in risk in order to save Queen Esther, are examples of true and courageous individuals. In the name of the people, Moses, who led my people out of Egypt not by his own power, but by the power of an angel who, having faith in me, and being willing to go in the route that I suggest, are two instances of having a knowledge of the power of my slaves, have shown steadfast faith and noble conduct over the course of history by the experiences they have shared with me, have been steadfast in the face of a considerable number of obstacles while remaining unwaveringly committed to me, and my call for these individuals have a similar thread that runs across their stories, which is a willingness to speak up in the face of injustice. The confidence to take on the tasks that I had delegated to them, as well as the readiness to act as communication channels for in the event that you choose to embrace the life that I have designed for you, will I be ready to pour my blessings upon you. It will be possible for my Spirit to do so. In addition to providing you with the necessary fortitude and insight, you should not be scared of problems, since they are obstacles. It is my desire to point you in the direction of the specific pathways that will bring you to the glory that is awaiting you, a demonstration of my love and compassion, as well as an illumination of my generosity, all of which are brought to the forefront. Via this, you were made just for this particular time, to serve as a guiding light in the midst of the turmoil that is occurring. Bring your voice up right now, keeping your head held high, because you are clad in righteousness and adorned with elegance. Walk with self-assurance in the work or responsibility that you are doing. I have placed you on the route that will bring you to the destiny that I have selected for you to complete, and I have put you on this path, with each step of faith that you will take. As you go ahead in the work that I am doing to redeem you, behold the miraculous as the rivers of my might and the streams of my provision carry you forward. You will not only be able to see my wonders, but you will also be able to actually experience them as nations are restructured, communities are revived, and my miracles are performed. The grand completion of the Great Commission has now arrived, and we are joyfully anticipating the entrance of the signals of this new season in the days that are to come. Reformers will appear in the future at a time when the foundations of the earth will shake in response to judgment, and they will bless those who are in need. In addition to the refugee, they will stand in stark contrast to those folks who hoard for their own personal gain. Certainly, the depletion of the earth's resources is something that will eventually be brought about by governments that are corrupt and self-serving. Collapse, but know that you do not need to be afraid, my child, since I have heavenly treasures of knowledge, intelligence, and wisdom. The materials that you need are always available to you, and I have instilled in you the ability to think creatively throughout the process. I have access to resources that enable me to make use of my divine might, knowledge, and judgment in order to guarantee that in order for your life to generate enormous fruit for all eternity, I ask that you please allow humility to act as your protecting shield. And power as we work together to establish my dominion, you should be aware that you are preventing us from achieving our goals. I have wrapped myself in the cloak of my love and generosity during this season of promise, and I have done so from beginning to end. Beyond misunderstanding, your heart is urging you to embrace my heart and go beyond misunderstanding. You have the opportunity to seize it, transform what you formerly saw as terrible defeats into possibilities by overcoming every hurdle that stands in your way. I want you to know that the moment has come for you to accept responsibility for the unique advantages that I bring into your life. During this time of year, you should prepare your heart by praying more deeply and with a higher level of empathy, and you should demonstrate compassion toward others, since that is how you would want to be treated, for the purpose of enhancing their value and drawing attention to the need of other people are fantastic. When you talk to them, your own soul will be fed with each act of fixing something about them. This is because you are repairing something about them. A harvest of hope and repair will arise from the broken, and you will be rewarded for your efforts. The shattered holds the seeds of redemption, which will result in a harvest of it. Your generosity, whether it be in the shape of time, presence, or talent, will yield fruit not only in the form of benefits, but also in the form of gifts. When you harvest not just for other people, but also for yourself, you have made it possible for other people to harvest for you simultaneously. The process of feeding the dry areas will lead to the discovery of both supply and purpose via the process. The fact that the river of my generosity will replace the dry terrain in your own planet is something that you will find out about in your globe via your exploration. As I lead you along the path that I have mapped out for you, soul, I ask that you walk in accordance with faith. Being able to walk by faith is having the assurance that my hand will direct your feet, even when the route that lies ahead is difficult or questionable. Throughout the process of helping you through each storm, my objectives will become crystal evident in either you or any other candidate. Your course of action will shift in order to provide you with the opportunity to acquire the information that I want you to have. When storms arrive, you should focus your attention on, because I will be there waiting for you. There is no need to stress out or run away from me, because I will be available. Faithful, I will guide your heart through whatever hardship and turmoil you are going through. You are called to a life that is quite different from the lives of other people. It is my love that will lead you to serve in the same manner that I serve, and it is my grace that will lead you to hope and salvation. Due to the fact that it is poured through a heart that is both eager and humble, it is also very powerful beyond any measure. There is a direct correlation between the amount of resistance you are up against and the level of fear that your opponent is feeling. This is because the adversary is aware of his failure via the employment of. Considering that you have achieved success, you should continue to be tenacious with joy. You should not have any illusions of rest. As a source of consolation for the fact that the epoch of apathetic piety that masquerades as religion has come to an end, my kingdom is the forefront of justice, compassion, and action, and I am calling for a new life of action that is firm and determined. You have been provided with the chance to experience metamorphosis at no cost. Today I will spread my blessings with open hands to those who are eager for the results of this transformation. It is not proper to measure the importance of your job based on the standards of performance that are widespread in the world. Message of joy. It is not appropriate to do such an evaluation. Despite the fact that there is some water and some harvest, I am the only one who is aware of the full extent of the harvest. This knowledge makes me glad. I would like to extend an invitation to you to follow me into deeper oceans. Please do not be scared. At the same time as these depths are keeping a vigilant eye on the secrets, the sky are reacting with my grandeur as you approach them. Please know that I am still in a condition of obedience, my cherished child, since I am aware of all that you have gone through. Even if there are certain things that are beyond your control, I am still working everything out for your good, and I am keeping control that I have. It is important to be conscious of the fact that you have been going through a time of testing and storms that you have endured. You were able to get a glimpse of my light even in the midst of the storms, and I will make sure that you arrive home safely with me. Despite the fact that the storms may rage and the waters may smash, you should be conscious that my gentle guidance is keeping you steady and carrying you to thee. This is something that you should be aware of. Haven, I am making preparations while simultaneously removing any and all ambiguities, and I want you to keep in mind, my sweetheart, that your it is not appropriate for you to evaluate your achievements in relation to those of other people, since your journey is one of a kind, and the path that I have mapped out for you is customized to your specific needs. Others or feel dismayed when your road seems to be more difficult. that each hurdle that you experience is an opportunity, just waiting to be taken advantage of. Each and every challenge presents me with an opportunity to make progress and an occasion to depend on myself with more zeal. You should pay attention to my power anytime you find yourself in a moment of peace and calm, when the noise of the world begins to melt away. It is not the booming thunder and shattering lightning that might be heard in my voice. Rather, it is the delicate whisper of quiet. During these intimate moments, I will reveal more of myself to you, and I will do it with your heart in mind. While you are working through the complexities, you are developing your faith and increasing the connections we have with one another. Regarding life, it is important to bear in mind that I am able to see the bigger picture, even if it seems to be a side trip or otherwise unimportant. You should have trust in me because I will use the approach of holding you back in order to put you in a position to accomplish other things. In spite of the fact that I never come early and I never arrive late, I am always punctual. The time is just perfect. In the course of this time period, you will most likely come into contact with my power in the most substantial way while you are in circumstances that are unsettling and ambiguous. Remember that I will never call you without also telling you that I will never contact you for something that seems to be above your skills. This is something you should always keep in mind. My ability to equip my power, which is made perfect in your weakness, is made possible by your connections with me, which are the right occasion. Those around me ought to be a reflection of my devotion. They need to show compassion to those who are harsh and patience to those who are patient. It is via these that you will be able to demonstrate patience and forgiveness to those who have caused you pain. There are certain actions that you will do in order to demonstrate the transformative power of my love to a world that is in desperate need of it. Never forget, son or daughter, that you are never too far gone, never too lost, and never too wounded. This is something you should always keep in mind. I have an unchanging love for you, and I will continue to do so regardless of what you have done or where you have been, so that I might redeem and restore you. Something that will never change is the fact that my arms are always open and ready to welcome you home as you leave on your journey. This is something that will never change. It is important that you keep your attention on me because the world will supply you with a lot of distractions and a lot of erroneous information. Not just guarantees of fulfillment and satisfaction, but also true peace, genuine joy, and genuine purpose. Search for me first, and everything else will fall into place. These are the only things that can be found in me. Be conscious of the fact that every day is a present, an opportunity to learn more about myself and to have a positive impact on the world from which you are surrounded. My darling one, I am able to shield you from the most difficult of your pains, and nothing will ever be able to take control of what I have guarded. When you have prayed for compassion, I have been subjected to the most terrible pains that you have ever faced in your whole life. Having listened to every word, I have placed my hand on your heart that is bleeding, because I am the greatest God. I am aware of every single word. You have struggled with a person who honors his obligations, and you often believe that your efforts have been in vain. Nonetheless, it is important to make sure that you remember that, despite the fact that you are going to be presented with the most terrible obstacles in life, my character will not have altered. In any other case, the process of breathing life into the void does not depend on the mechanisms that are often associated with human beings, or the laws of nature. I am the God who brings life into existence, who brings out the motionless and the inanimate. In spite of the fact that they are not visible, there are aspects of creation that respond to my demands. I am both the starting point and the final result. There is no reason for you to be afraid of pursuing a grand vision, even if it is something that you do not fully comprehend. In light of the fact that my objectives transcend human capabilities, it is inconceivable that they could be achieved within the confines of time and space. It is important to have hope for no limit, because they have the ability to accomplish what would appear to be impossible for mortal minds. Confines me, I have predetermined the end from the beginning, and I have ordained what I will do from the things that will last forever. I declare that it will definitely take place. I am God, and there is no doubt in my mind that it will. Despite the fact that you have not yet acknowledged the fact that I am working on your behalf, I will strengthen you in a way that no other person can. The reason I am holding your right hand is so that I can guide you in the right direction and take you to the most remote parts of the earth. You came into existence for a specific reason. Despite the fact that you may not have fully grasped the concept at this point, I am the one and only real God, and I will continue to be such regardless. I will ensure that you are well prepared for the journey that lies ahead of you, and I will proclaim new things before they come into existence. All of the things that were going to happen in the past have already occurred. I am the one who brings them into being, and I am the one who has instructed you to lift your voice in a new song that is called Praise Me From. For the exact reason that my word is true, I demand that my people rejoice in their King. This is true to the very end of the world. To tell you the truth, you can rely on every single one of my works, and I'm a huge fan of fairness. I have uttered words of justice, and the earth is bursting at the seams with my diminishing love. When I think about it, I am filled to the brim. Due to the fact that my hand is presently functioning, it is conceivable that it is not yet obvious. Nonetheless, I will tell you about it in due time. If what I say is true, you could have a sense of insignificance comparable to that of chaff that has been driven away by the wind. The wind, but the fate of those who forget me, does not have to be yours, because my heart will teach you more than you could ever imagine. Knowledge. Modify your ears so that you can hear my whisper, and train yourself to hear it above the din of everything else. While you are experiencing my love in the midst of the storm, you might consider closing your ears to the bustle and listening to the roaring wind. In an attempt to get your attention, I will only talk in a steady, quiet voice. I hope this helps. I will maintain a firm stance against I would want for you to accompany me on my ascent to spiritual heights, where the distractions of the world and everything else that may lead you to forget about me are no longer an issue. It is recommended that you step away from your surroundings and listen to the gentle promptings of my spirit as the noise begins to fade away. The clamor should be halted, and a moment should be taken to contemplate the frantic, competitive, and occasionally destructive pace of human existence. I want to encourage you to take some time out of your busy schedule to be quiet and silent with me, despite the craziness that prevails in the world. Source of true calm. With the intention of allowing you to go with your life, I am asking you to enter this tranquility. The peace that you feel in your heart is what guides your feet, not the frantic activity that is going on around you, activity within your local neighborhood, but in accordance with the goals of my kingdom and we need to be grateful for the plans that we make during these times of peace and quiet, since they serve as the foundation upon which the relationship is built. Throughout the whole of eternity, coming from the very beginning of creation. The advice that I provide results from a reality that can be touched and felt. It surpasses the fleeting evaluations of people, it is untouched by the passage of time, and it continues to be unaffected by environmental factors. It is continuing to preserve its solidity in spite of the enormous upheaval that is now afflicting the world. Uncertainty. The truth that I provide to you is still untainted and living, and it has not been influenced by the passage of time. Dear God, we come together today, united by our shared interests and passions. As we gather in this space, Amin.